Today our topic is how to deal with change the Stoic way. Life is full of changes. Some changes are small, like the weather or the food you eat. Other changes are big, like losing a job, moving to a new city, or losing someone you love. Change can be scary because it often brings uncertainty. We don't know what will happen next, and that can make us feel worried or even afraid. But the Stoics, ancient philosophers who lived thousands of years ago, had a different way of looking at change. They believed that change is not something to fear, but something to accept and even embrace. The Stoics teach us that the way we think about change determines how we feel about it. If we learn to see change as a natural part of life, we can handle it with calmness and strength. The first thing the Stoics teach us is that change is inevitable. Everything in life changes. The seasons change, people change, and even we ourselves change over time. Nothing stays the same forever. The Stoics believe that trying to resist change is like trying to stop the wind or hold back the ocean. It's impossible. Instead of fighting against change, we should accept it as a fact of life. This doesn't mean we have to like every change that happens, but it does mean we should not waste our energy trying to stop things that are beyond our control. The second lesson from the Stoics is about focusing on what we can control. One of the most famous Stoic philosophers, Epictetus, said, "Some things are in our control, and others are not." This simple idea is very powerful. When we face change, we often feel stressed because we focus on things we cannot control. For example, if you lose your job, you cannot control the fact that you were let go, but you can control how you respond to the situation. You can choose to look for a new job, learn new skills, or even start your own business. By focusing on what you can control, you take back your power and reduce your stress. The Stoics also teach us to see change as an opportunity. Every change, even a difficult one, can teach us something or help us grow. For example, losing a job might give you the chance to find a better one or to discover a new passion. Moving to a new city might help you meet new people and experience new things. Even the loss of a loved one can teach us to appreciate the time we have with others and to live more fully in the present moment. The Stoics believe that every challenge in life is an opportunity to practice virtues like courage, patience, and resilience. Another important Stoic idea is to practice gratitude. When things change, it's easy to focus on what we've lost or what we don't have. But the Stoics remind us to be thankful for what we still have. For example, if you lose your job, you can be grateful for your health, your family, or your skills. If you move to a new city, you can be grateful for the chance to start fresh and explore new places. Gratitude helps us shift our focus from what's wrong to what's right in our lives. It helps us see the good even in difficult situations. The Stoics also teach us to prepare for change. They believe that we should not wait for bad things to happen before we think about how to handle them. Instead, we should imagine the worst-case scenarios and plan how we would respond. This is called premeditation of evils. For example, you might imagine losing your job, getting sick, or losing a loved one. By thinking about these possibilities ahead of time, you can prepare yourself mentally and emotionally. This doesn't mean you should live in fear or expect the worst all the time. It just means you should be ready for whatever life throws at you. Another Stoic practice is to live in the present moment. Change often makes us worry about the future or regret the past. But the Stoics remind us that the only moment we truly have is the present. We cannot change the past, and we cannot control the future. All we can do is focus on what we are doing right now. By living in the present, we can find peace and clarity even in the midst of change. The Stoics also teach us to let go of attachments. We often suffer because we are too attached to things, people, or situations. We want things to stay the same, and we feel upset when they don't. But the Stoics remind us that everything in life is temporary. Nothing lasts forever. By letting go of our attachments, we can accept change more easily and reduce our suffering. This doesn't mean we should stop caring about people or things. It just means we should not cling to them or depend on them for our happiness. Finally, the Stoics teach us to see ourselves as part of something bigger. They believe that everything in the universe is connected, and that change is a natural part of the cosmic order. When we see ourselves as part of this bigger picture, we can accept change as part of the flow of life. We can trust that even if things don't go the way we want, they are still part of a larger plan. This perspective can help us find meaning and purpose even in difficult times. In conclusion, dealing with change the Stoic way means accepting change as a natural part of life, focusing on what we can control, seeing change as an opportunity, practicing gratitude, preparing for change, living in the present moment, letting go of attachments, and seeing ourselves as part of something bigger. These Stoic principles can help us face change with calmness, strength, and wisdom. Remember, change is not something to fear. It is something to embrace as a chance to grow and become stronger. The next time you face a change in your life, try to see it through the eyes of a Stoic. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? What can I control? By doing this, you can turn even the most difficult changes into opportunities for growth and transformation. Life is full of ups and downs, but with the Stoic way of thinking, you can navigate them with grace and resilience. Change is not the enemy. It is the teacher. And if we are willing to learn, it can lead us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So embrace change, face it with courage, and let it guide you on your journey through life.